What would I tell a friend or family member if they were diagnosed with cancer? Well, I'm going to go through a list that I made of things that I have learned that are helpful to better health and to helping the outcome of cancer, and share that with all you. And this is what I would share with a family member or friend if they got diagnosed with cancer. First off, the first thing I would tell them is if you have any addictions, quit that. Cancer is your body creates cells every day, and some of those cells are abnormal due to many different factors. Sometimes it's just what happens, but a lot of times it's physical, chemical, or emotional stress can cause the cells in your body to not be created correctly, and so therefore cancer cells are created. So the goal is to get our bodies so healthy that they create proper cells and not improper ones. So getting healthier does help for sure. Your chances of getting cancer greatly reduces it. So the first thing I would say to do is to eliminate any addictions. Cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, any of those. That would be the number one thing I would say to do. I personally smoked for over 10 years of my life. It was horrible. I knew I shouldn't when I was doing it, and it did have a detrimental effect on my health. And I'm so glad I quit in my early 30s, and if I wouldn't have, I'm pretty sure I would be dead by now because of an illness I had after that. So quitting those things are first and foremost the most important thing. I know it's hard, but it is so important. Then the rest of these things are in no particular order, but water. Drinking good filtered water is so important. This is not something I have always done, but for the last probably 5 to 8 years, I have had a water filter system in my home. It's just an under sink mounted one. It's a reverse osmosis. It filters out all sorts of different toxins, fluoride and other things. And so getting one of them is really important because tap water has so many bad impurities in it that it is really important to drink good water. Along with that, it's also good to eat a very healthy salt because filtering the water, it can filter out the good along with the bad. And so you want to make sure you're getting those electrolytes. And so eating a good salt like a Redmond's real salt or a pink Himalayan salt, those are the best. Sea salt is good too, but it can have plastic in it too, from what I have researched. So just as long as you're staying away from the like Morton salt that has no good in it, it is very processed, and so eating a very good salt is really important. Since I said something about plastics, plastic is terrible for you. Eliminating that as much as you can is really important. I know we can't get away from it everywhere. It's just everywhere. But your like storage containers, go to glass. Pyrex has really good glass, or there's other Anchor brand have really good glass storage for food, and a lot of them, like the ones I have, you can like cook in them too. I reheat my food in the oven in them, and that's an important switch to do. Along with that, like cast iron skillets, really good, and cooking with cast iron is very healthy, and that's a great switch to make. The stainless or the I can't even think of what they're called because I haven't used the other skillets in so long. Non-stick, that's what I'm trying to think of. I haven't had one in 12 years probably since I've made healthy changes, but non-stick skillets are really bad for you, especially when you use a spatula in them. You're scraping it, and it's very bad for you. That non-stick coating is really toxic. So stainless steel and cast iron are your best, or ceramic. There's like cookware for the oven and stuff. There's some of that that's good too. I personally don't have any, but I do know it's really good also to cook with. And then like wooden spoons and things like that, like stainless steel for like strainers instead of plastic. Those are all really good swaps that you can make. Cleaners. Getting rid of the toxic cleaners in your house is so important. I was raised on Lysol and Clorox and bleach and all that, and it is so bad for your health. And I remember every time we'd clean the house real good, I could feel it in my lungs, you know. It just, you could tell. And I was raised that, oh, you're smelling, that smells like clean. Well, no, that smells like killing yourself is what it is. Switching to non-toxic cleaners is really important. Hydrogen peroxide is great. It disinfects, kills lots of things. That's what I use mostly in my house. I love it because you can use it for cuts and cleaning, and it's just great. It's great for bathroom cleaner. You know, if you have like little boys who miss the toilet maybe, mine are bigger now, but still, like I used to, I mean, it does not stink when you clean with hydrogen peroxide. It's good for like pee messes and stuff. But it's good for everything. It disinfects. So that's a great one. Vinegar for glass cleaner is really good. I use magic erasers. I have not researched them real well, but I have a friend who did, who is also kind of crunchy, I would say, very health conscious, and she researched it and said that they were good, so I'm taking her word for it. If you have heard something different, let me know. I'd love to learn more. Borax, that's another kind of controversial. I mean, it's much better than bleach, I would say, but some people say that it's bad too. I'm not 100% sure, but I know bleach is horrible, so switching to borax is a good swap. Wool dryer balls are great because softener sheets, and softener is toxic. That's terrible. On that note, so laundry soap, dish soap, that stuff, switching to a more non-toxic brand is really important. I like looking up on Environmental Working Group. It's a site that you can look up different products and see what they've rated them for their health. I will admit I personally don't always do the best. I don't always get the A's, but I try to find the best one that like Walmart sells. You know, you have to buy what's in your budget too. You know, we can't all buy the best, and that's okay. You do the best you can with where you're at. So like my Walmart sells Eco's brand. It is, I think it's a B rating. I'm not sure, but it's the best rating that my Walmart sells, so, or any stores in my town sell. So that's what I buy for laundry soap and dish soap. I also buy it for my dishwasher soap, and it works great. So the non-toxic brands, some of them work awesome too. You can also look up like bathroom products at the Environmental Working Group site. Shampoo and conditioner and other products. Just try to find the best rated one that that is in your budget, and that's important. Deodorant, get an aluminum free one is important. There are some really good brands. I use the Schmidt brand. That's what works best for me. I know they have like Hello brand, Native, Earthly, Tom's. Those are all different brands. I've tried them. You got to find what works good for you, because I have had other friends that like one works for them, but others don't, and then one works for me and not them, and so find what works for you. For men, I like the Dr. Squatch brand. It's pretty good, and there's other men's ones also, but that's the one I try to buy for the men in my family. Toothpaste, fluoride free, fluoride free, fluoride free. Definitely. Fluoride is a neurotoxin. If it gets spilled on the ground while they're transporting it to wherever facility, they have to get the hazmat team out. I mean, it's toxic. We should not be ingesting it. They put it in our water. They did that just for, I don't know. there's a whole conspiracy and scandal on that, which is, I'm sure, true, but just, it is not supposed to be ingested. And the fluoride that is like naturally in our foods and stuff is completely different than this one that they're putting in our water and toothpaste. So it is not a natural form. We should not be ingesting it. So getting a fluoride-free toothpaste is really important. Get your kids on fluoride-free now. I use the Hello brand from Walmart because it's the one I can find. I'm sure there's probably better, but that one I like, and so that's what we use. Like I say, find what's in your budget, the best you can do. Hand soap, body wash, we use Castile soap. It is a more natural soap, and you can buy a liquid. Dr. Bronner's brand is, I think, what we buy, and I'll buy like pumps of hand soap, like J.R. Watkins brand, and then I will refill it like a third of the Castile soap, and then 2/3 water, shake it up, and refill that way. And I've got a jar with a pump in my shower that we use for body wash. So we just use Castile soap, and it works great. It's a good soap, and it is less toxic. Switching gears a little bit, essential oils, they're really good. They can be a great help to your health journey. If you like using them, do it. I have not really gotten into them much yet. I've used them a little bit here and there, but I have not really delved into it deeply. If you want to, that's great. Essential oils are wonderful. They are not a cure-all, but if you want to do that, that's great. If you want fragrance for your house, use essential oil. Do not ever use like a plug-in, candles, fragrances in the house. Those are toxic for you unless you get like a beeswax candle. Those are really good, but you have to look at the ingredients even of candles, because that is going in your house. Anything that you can smell or that touches your skin goes into your body. So that is affecting your body. So we have to be really careful of what is in, on, and around us, because that all affects our health. Okay, foods, sweeteners. First off, artificial sweeteners, bad. Don't use them. They're artificial. It's in the name. I mean, why would you want to eat something artificial? I go with the mantra, if God made it, you can eat it. If God didn't make it or man has changed it, you probably shouldn't. Now, there's context to that, but that's kind of a good basic rule. So, artificial sweeteners probably shouldn't be eaten. Does my keto kid eat them because he can't have natural? Yes. We kind of do what we can, but you really shouldn't eat them if you can. Honey is the best natural sweetener. Maple syrup is really good. Stevia, monk fruit, those are good also, but honey is really the best. I use maple syrup a lot. We like that, but I mean, they're still sugars. These are still gonna raise your blood sugar. So, I mean, even though they are a lot better and they are the only ones you should really be using, they should still be used in moderation. And if you do have to use a regular sugar, use pure cane. If it just says granulated sugar on the package, it is made from sugar beets, which are all sprayed with glyphosate when they're made. Glyphosate is a weed killer. It is horrible for you. It is a toxin. We should all be staying away from that. Glyphosate is terrible. I've done a lot of research on that. And all sugar beets are sprayed with it. So stay away from just granulated sugar. Always go with pure cane sugar, because then it still might be sprayed with glyphosate, but a lot of that isn't. So then you have a chance of it not being. Or you can go with organic. Walmart sells an organic granulated sugar that isn't that much more than the regular. And that's what I've been buying. And like I say, my budget isn't very high. I have to make accommodations, but that sugar is not that much more than the regular. Okay, some things to avoid. Food dyes. Never have a food dye. They're horrible. I have seen the effects in my children. I have read the studies. I know it because I've seen it in my own children and other people's children. Food dyes really affect you. And if they're affecting our kids this way, then they're affecting us too. I mean, we may not have the outward visual signs, but it is affecting us all internally. And I mean, if it is affecting our kids this way outwardly, how is it affecting them inwardly? Oh, it's just terrible. I love that RFK Jr. is in the HHS and helping eliminate food dyes and having, I'm glad he's really working hard to eliminate them. I really hope he is able to accomplish that and more companies eliminate them in their food. But there's a lot of alternatives anymore. You can get M&Ms. There's other brands that have them. There are some candy brands that are really good. I cannot think of their names right now, but I'll try to write it up here. They're really good alternatives, and you can find a lot of the candies there if you really can't go without. Granted, you should limit your sweets, but there's a lot of good brands that are dye-free. No ultra-processed foods. I know this is hard. Convenience foods are so nice. They're convenient. I know. It's hard for me. A lot of days I'm like, I don't want to cook. But it's really good to stay away from ultra-processed food. At least as much as you can. An occasional, that's fine. It's not going to kill you if you have frozen pizza once a month, probably. But most people are having it twice a week. That's a lot. Plus, other day they're eating out, plus other, plus. And it all stacks on top of each other. So try to really limit it. A huge one, I should have put this up first or second after the quitting the, smoking and drinking and stuff. Number 2, seed oils. Vegetable oil, canola oil, all of those, horrible for you. If you want to go down a big rabbit trail and find out why a lot of us are sick, that is one of the biggest things. There's a couple big things. Food dye and vegetable oils are right up there at the top with a couple other things, and glyphosate and another thing, which I won't mention, are like probably 4 of the biggest contributors to our poor health. So getting away from that, vegetable oils is of utmost importance. Butter, coconut oil, ghee and tallow, although I don't use them, but those are good. Those are natural ones. And olive oil. Those are the 5 fats that you should be using. They're natural, God made them, or we did with just minimal processing of what God made. So use those. I use a lot of butter and a lot of coconut oil. I use some olive oil. Those are good. Now, sunflower oil, and that one is, they use it in a lot of brands like the chips, Simply Chips. I can't remember, what are they, Ruffles or whatever. You can buy them with sunflower oil. Those are like a step up from canola and vegetable oils, but they're still not good. So if you have to eat potato chips from the store, I mean, if you're trying to wean yourself off of snacks, at least go to that. That's got to be a slightly better. It's not good, and you shouldn't really eat it, but it's a good transition maybe. So when we do buy chips, it is the Simply brand, so that my kids have a treat. They do eat stuff with sunflower oil in it. I know it's not the best, but that's a cheat we make. No eating out. At least limit it, because you don't know the ingredients. You know they're using vegetable oil. You know they're using the cheapest ingredients, so you know it's not going to be the best. So try to limit that. My kids here lately, we got some free coupons for potato olays at Taco John's. Love Taco John's. I lived on that as a teenager, literally. My mom worked there. I worked there. I think I ate every meal there for like 4 years. I love potato olays, but man, eating them now, I let my kids get them and I got a potato olay and they're so good, but man, you can just taste that grease and that vegetable oil, and just eating them, I feel like I'm getting sick just eating them. Yeah, they tasted good, but they don't taste as good as they used to back then, because now I know how bad it is for me. So I did it, but I know I shouldn't have. So just limit eating out greatly. No corn syrup. That's another one. I talked about artificial sweeteners. Corn syrup is horrible too. It's made from corn, field corn. They use field corn to make it. Field corn's not sweet. Sweet corn's sweet, but that's not what they use to make corn syrup. They use field corn. And so how do you make something not sweet into something sweet? You know it's not a good process. And it is very processed, so you shouldn't be eating it. All right, this is gonna be a hard one. No conventional wheat. I know it's tough. I've been gluten-free for a few years now. It affects me, so I have to. I have some weird symptoms from it, and digestive, and yeah. So I can't eat wheat, and one of my sons can't eat wheat. So I know how hard it is, but conventional wheat grown in the USA is all sprayed with glyphosate. It's also, when it is processed, wheat berry has 3 parts: the germ, the endosperm, and the sperm. I think those are the 3. When they process it, they take out 2 of them. That leaves 1 left. 1 part out of 3 of the wheat. So basically they just killed anything good in it, and so they took out all the good parts. But they do that so that it's shelf stable, so that you can sit it on the shelf for a year and it won't go bad. Well, food's not supposed to sit on the shelf for a year. That's dead food. It is not good. So you can either go gluten-free, which eliminates the wheat altogether, which is great, or I've done this, haven't made the bread yet, might be in a future video, hopefully, maybe the next one. Buy whole grain wheat berries, grind them yourself, and make fresh bread from fresh ground, organic, whole grain wheat berries. That, if you want to have wheat, that's the way you should have it. Then it's fresh. It is the way God made it, and you can use real ingredients and get back to, you know, a lot of people will say that, you know, Jesus ate bread, so I should be able to. Yeah, but Jesus ate the whole wheat berry, fresh ground, that day, or very recently, and fresh made bread that day. It wasn't the bread we buy in the supermarket. That stuff is full of toxins. So we should not really be eating them. Now, do I buy it for a couple people in my family that just don't care? Yes, I do. I buy hamburger buns for them, for a couple of them. And hey, they don't care. We do it. A couple of us eat it without a bun. So you do what you can, but optimally, don't eat store-bought bread. All right, sunscreen. The sun is important. Do not use sunscreen. God made the sun. Vitamin D is very important for us. We should be out in the sun. It's proven morning sunlight is really good for us, and then the sun's not up as high. Get outside. Fresh air, sun, it's really important. Even getting outside in the midday for 10 minutes. It's important to get that vitamin D. We are stuck inside all the time, and we need to be outside in the sun. It is important for us. Sunscreen is not good. It's full of toxic ingredients, and we should not really be wearing it. Now, if you have to, buy a mineral sunscreen that's got good ingredients in it. Look at the ingredients. If you can't understand what it says, probably shouldn't be putting it on your body, because anything that goes on your body goes in your body. So pick something with good ingredients, and a mineral sunscreen, that's what we go with. I know there's some that are really good. or that have really good ingredients, but we do the best that we can. We do buy like from Walmart on clearance, whatever they have on clearance at the end of the season, we'll buy that is a mineral sunscreen. And we probably use it maybe twice a year. That's it. And we are outside all the time. But like if we go to the pool and it's a really sunny day and there's no clouds, then I'll put sunscreen on my kids. And the pool is another thing. I mean, all that toxic chlorine. It's bad, but we always shower afterward, and you know, you gotta live a little bit. So we do it occasionally. But I know the chlorine's horrible too. Anyway, back to sunscreen. Another great tip on that, if you quit eating seed oils in your diet and vegetable oils, you do not burn as much. I had read this previously, and then when we switched our diet up about 5 years ago, my redheads rarely burn. It's miraculous. I mean, it's weird. Even my one son who's outside all the time in the sun, and he only burns if like it's a really bright day outside, no clouds, and he's going to be outside for over an hour, then he will get a little red. But I think he's maybe only burnt once this summer, if that. I don't know. He doesn't use sunscreen hardly at all. Once or twice he has, and he'll get a little red, but he has not had a bad sunburn at all for a couple of years. Actually, the last one he had, we were in Florida, and he put sunscreen on, but he still burnt like the spots where he missed, and it was bad because we were in Florida. If you do live in a hotter place and you're not used to it, you may have to use a little bit of sunscreen at times if you're going to be outside for a long time. But, you know, it's important to get vitamin D on your skin. Go out in the morning, go out later at night if you have to. But it's good to get some midday sun too. 5 or 10 minutes. Everything helps. A little bit helps. All right, plants. Indoor plants are great. Good for air quality in your house. If you like plants, get a bunch of good ones. I know like snake plants are good for in the house. I only know that because I don't like snakes, and so that one's stuck in my head. But I know there's a whole lot of other ones. But really, pretty much any plant you put in your house, I mean, it's going to be good. Okay, not any, but use some plants, indoor house plants. Dairy. Dairy, you should be eating full fat dairy. The best you can get is straight from the cow. Organic, non-homogenized, non-heated up, organic raw milk would be the best. Now, if you can't afford that or don't have an option or a source, right now I don't, buy what you can. At least switch to full fat, because that is important. If you can buy organic, that's good too. My store has one that is from the Amish, and it's non-homogenized. That would be probably the best one we can buy at my local stores. So I get that sometimes. But do the best you can, but at least go to full fat, because the other stuff, it's just stripped of anything good in it, and you're just drinking dead milky water. I mean, when they homogenize it and they heat it up, they are basically killing all the good, which is good for us. I mean, if you're going to drink milk, you want the good benefits from it. But like when they heat it up, it just kills all that, and then you're drinking the dead good bacteria. So yeah, you don't really want that. But so that's why raw is the best, but do the best you can and at least do full fat. The foods you should eat: meat, lots of meat. Read a lot on the carnivore diet. I think it's great in short bursts to heal the body. I think it would be great for somebody with cancer, actually, if they can do it. If they can't, at least keto. A keto diet with meat and vegetables as the primary, not the keto snacks or dirty keto, which is just cheating on, you're still eating the processed junk that just says it's low carb. That's kind of how my keto kid does it. I mean, he eats a lot of snacks because he is a teenager and he runs and stuff. So, I mean, it's kind of a balance for him he needs a few carbs, but he needs to be low carb. And so, but meat and vegetables are the two things you should definitely eat to be low carb and to help your body heal and to help your body run optimally. I mean, ultimately, we should all be eating meat and vegetables 95% of the time. And then throw in some full-fat dairy and throw in some fruit. Fruit is good. That is the natural sweetener. I mean, that is God's gift to us for sweets and treats. So we should be eating it, but in moderation and at certain times. If you're really sick, you maybe need to go straight meat and vegetables for a while to completely heal your body. I know I would love to do that. I'm trying. I'm working on it. I am. It's hard to always get there. I know. It's tough to make changes. I've made a ton in my life, but I have a ton more to go, and I'm working on it. But just try to do the best you can and eat as low carb as possible, because sugar feeds cancer. And so if you can get your sugar in your body as low as possible, then the cancer isn't going to have anything to eat. So it's going to die. I mean, it's been proven that a ketogenic diet can help your body reverse cancer. So why wouldn't we try it? Really, why wouldn't we all do it to get better? Well, because we're stubborn and sinful. At least I am. Along with that, intermittent fasting. That is really good too. And I've done some of that. I've done a 24-hour fast and lots of 18-hour, or 22, not quite 24, but I try to do that. The goal is once a week to do a 24-hour fast. It doesn't always happen, but I do as long as I can. And it is really good for your body to not be digesting anything, and so it can spend its energy on healing. That's been proven to be helpful. If you can do a 48, 36-hour fast with doctor's help, obviously, I have to say that I am not a doctor. I am not claiming to give doctor advice. Listen at your own risk and look at this stuff up on your own and make your own health decisions, because I am not claiming to be a doctor and I do not claim to be able to tell you what to do. You should make your own decisions and research everything on your own. I'm just saying what I have learned and from the research that I have read. Okay, I talked about how bad vegetable oil was and that I should have put it up there as number one. Well, this is actually number one, God. If you have God in your heart, that's how you have peace, hope, joy, all the fruits of the Spirit. That's how you're able to live a full and fulfilling life. You need God, number one, and that is how you can heal. Whether your body gets healed or not, that's how you heal spiritually. We all need God in our lives. He can give you purpose, give you peace and hope in the worst of times. Always turn to God. He is so good. And whether He gives you physical healing now or just healing in heaven in the future, He is the only way to lasting peace. And along with that, a positive mindset. I mean, if you have God, you're going to be more positive. We have the power in our mind to heal or hurt ourselves. I'm not saying we have the power to heal. What I'm saying is the placebo effect is real. That has been studied immensely. And if you think something's going to work it has a much bigger chance of it working. And if you think it's not going to, it probably won't. I mean, they have given people something that will hurt them and told them that this is going to cure you, and something that other group, something that will cure them, but told them this is going to hurt you. And these people did get hurt, even though it was a cure. And these people did get better, even though it was supposed to hurt them, because the power of the mind. I mean, if you believe something, truly believe it, it is much more likely to happen. I mean, that's with everything in life. If I think today is going to be a good day, even if something bad happens, it's still a good day, because I'm looking at the positives in it, and I'm looking at all the good. I mean, it's a cloudy day today, but I look and go, oh, aren't the clouds beautiful? Versus if I look at it and go, ugh, it's a cloudy day, then I'm going to just want to sit on the couch and do nothing, because I'm going to be crabby. So, and that affects your mood. It affects your body. If you are not positive and thinking negatively, then you're not as likely to heal. I've seen people just basically give up in life, and it may take them years to die, but I mean, they basically died years before they actually died, because they just gave up on life, and they just slowly went downhill. And it's so depressing and sad to see. But we have the power in our mind to believe we will be healed, or believe we will not be. So try to have a positive mindset as much as possible. And with God, that's possible. All right, movement. I'm not saying you have to necessarily exercise. Some people get a lot of movement in the jobs that they have. But we need to be moving all the time. Walking. I love walking. And that is great. Even just walking around. Doing a little bit of light weights exercises. Or if you have a sport you like, doing that. But we need to be moving. We are such a sedentary population that we really need to be moving. And that is so good for our body. We were not made to just sit. We were made to move and do things. So getting up, finding something you can do and move is important. Even if you're sick, if you're doing chemo and you're sick, trying to walk across the house, trying to do a 2-pound weight even, pick up a can of something. Just keep moving one way or another is really important, because that will keep the body, help it do better. We need to be moving always, even if we don't feel good. And I know it's going to be hard, but it's important. All right, I'm going to end with a list of sites and people that I follow on YouTube a lot, and videos that I like to look at. These are people that just have good information. They do the research, a lot of them, and you can follow the research. You can actually look up the studies that they're looking at, and I have done this to see whether what they're saying is true or not. Now, do I agree with every video that these people say and have out? No. I don't believe everything that they say, but you can take a compilation of what they say and get the gist of it, and most of what they put out I would agree with in a certain way. Like the carnivore, there's a couple carnivores on here. I believe carnivore is great. Do I think you should live on it for the rest of your life? No. Most of us shouldn't. Some should. But I think keto is great, and most of us should be living more like that. So even though I don't necessarily agree with the carnivore for life, I agree that it is great short term. So I love the guys that talk about that. So there's a lot of things on here. Take and leave what you will, but these are some sites that you could look up. The Truth About Cancer, great site. This is one of the first ones that I looked at when I got into looking at health. I somehow was introduced to it, and I've listened to some of their talks that they have and things, and I really enjoy the information. Just looking at their site, Ty Bollinger, They have videos out in various locations. You can look at it. I don't know. I don't see as much of them anymore, but I used to look at it a lot. So I don't know. You try that. Dr. Josh Axe. He has a lot of good information. Really like him. Dr. Eric Berg. Good information too. His are shorter videos usually, which are nice. Dr. John Bergman. He is a chiropractor, and chiropractic is really good also, just for overall health. So I like some of his videos. He is where I got, physical, chemical, and emotional stress. He talks a lot about that everything comes from those, and it's true. Everything is one of those 3 stresses, and it's hurting our body in some way. Ken D. Berry, MD. He is carnivore. Dr. Sean Baker, he also does carnivore, and those are both great guys to look up. Mark Hyman, MD. He's one that I don't always agree with everything, but I agree with a lot of what he says. Low Carb Down Under. This is a good site. He has people on who have been like horrible sick and have just decided to do carnivore or low carb keto, somewhere in there, and have healed from their ailments, have reversed lots of their sicknesses. These are N of 1 studies, basically. They are individual people who can show a picture. This is what I was a year ago. This is what I am now. It's because I changed my diet, and that's it. And it's great to hear stories of people who have actually done it. And that's, I think, all he has mostly is just videos of people who have done it. The Institute for Functional Medicine, they have some good videos. I haven't looked at them for a while, but functional medicine is great. Mind Valley Talks, this has a lot of different talks on different things, but there's a lot of health talks that are good on there. And you can look up just ketogenic diet to reverse cancer, and you can come up with a whole lot of videos. And finally, one person I really like is Barbara O'Neill. She is just so cool. Healthy Life on Facebook is where you can find her, and you can find videos on YouTube too. Barbara O'Neill is just a cool older lady, and she has lived a life, and I really like her. So that's a good one to look up too. So I'd love to hear in the comments section any ideas you have. This is just what I would tell people initially. So much more that I could get into, different ideas and different things you can do to improve your health, but this is the basics that I would say. Kind of the streamline. If you do this, you're gonna improve your health greatly. Then there's a lot of other things you can get into to also really dig down on the minor things, but this is the major. And these are great things to do to change your life for the better. So let me know in the comment section below if you have any other ideas that you would put in the major things to change. And thanks for watching today, friends. I hope you liked this video. Subscribe to my channel and continue to join me in this joyful life. Thanks. Bye.